This mega block coming up. Before we start, though, I do want to read out a couple donations. Thank you so much, Keith Ketchum, for that $25 donation saying, "Love you, Papa Clem. Great runs." And then we also have another $25 from It's Me, Alex. Thank you guys so much for those donations. Every little bit helps. Make sure to check out the incentives. Let's go ahead and put them towards some really cool bid wars coming up. So take a look at that. Now, next up, actually have some pretty fun runs. We have a race between KLM and MrCab, and I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to you both. Good luck and have fun.
Hi, everybody. I convinced KLM to stay back on.
Anything for you, Mr. Cab.
How much do you love this game, KLM?
I love this game almost as much as I love dressing up as Ariel and playing Little Mermaid. That's how much I love this game. Not as much as that, but pretty close.
That's pretty hardcore.
Yeah.
And I kind of agree.
All right.
Granted, your hair looks a lot better than the zips are to actually do, or something like that.
Yeah. You guys are in for a treat with this one. This one, I think it's safe to say is one of the lesser known Mega Man titles as far as also like speedrunning goes as well. So you guys have never seen this one before. It's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully.
Everyone forgets that this game exists. I still somewhere buried, from years ago, remember seeing people calling this game Mega Man 9 in like 2000. Like good times.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah.
So should we keep the marathon on schedule?
I don't know. What do you guys think? We got time, or we should get going? Yeah, we should probably get going. It is a speed run after all.
It's true. Do we have a host to count us down?
I mean, if you want me to, I'm certainly up for that job.
No, we proved during the sound check that we all know how to count, so.
That's true. That's true. Between the three of us, we can go to 15.
I can't trust Mr. Cap to count. He'll do a quick count and get a head start on me. So.
KLM's lying. I wouldn't count. I would just start and then tell him to
go. All right, and let's go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good luck.
I was really tempted to start on 2. Good luck, KLM.
Anyways, thanks again, everyone, for the donations. Thank you, Alex, Keith, HJA, for donations. Sorry, I'm taking your job.
No, you're good. So welcome to Rockman and Forte, the game on Super Nintendo of all things, released in 1998, that has Mega Man 8 graphics. It's wonderful.
Fun fact, this game actually came out after Mega Man 8 did for the PlayStation 1.
Mega Man 8 was like 97 or so? It feels like.
Yeah, 96, 97, I think, and then this was 90. This was the super late Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, this is like in the running for last released Super Nintendo game. Like, I don't know what that actually is, but this has to be in the conversation if you're talking about 1998. But like, it looks beautiful. They crammed everything in here, and they fixed Mega Man 8's like ridiculously slow slide speed.
Yeah.
Say ridiculously slow slide speed 5 times fast. I dare you.
No, I'm good. I'm gonna grab this health just because I'm having a bit of a tough time through this intro stage.
I thought about it. Both
do you guys mind if I cut in real quick?
Cut in. Proto Man's about to get cut in too.
All right. First off, I do want to say thank you, KLM, for that $20 donation, same for the ice cubes. Thanks again for everyone who donated. Thank you, KLM, for that donation. You are pretty awesome, man.
I know that guy.
And then we also have another donation from HJA, a $50 donation saying, let's go KLM and Cab. Can't wait for this race. Rockman and Portman 2021.
Thank you, HJA. I cannot wait for the Mega Man 9 showcase with HJA and the Blacktastic. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys stick around for that.
Mega Man 9 with those two is a treat, so definitely watch that. I like how we're like plugging all the other Mega Man runs too. We should plug every other Mega Man run, and like we don't even need to talk about Rockman and Forte. We just need to play the game.
Yeah.
So that was Jello Devil. Remember Jello Devil and how they bounce around the room, and well, now they exploded.
Yes. So there's a, as you can see, this game has a little bit of a different design than your standard Mega Man game, where it's like you have access to all the Robot Masters at the start. Where this one you have to
like
beat
every
certain
robot
ones
you
to unlock different paths. Yeah.
Yeah, every robot you kill takes out forms a path further to the right, so you only have 3 to start with as an option. And then
Start with Cold and
Cold Man, owner of probably one of the best weapons in the series, in the Ice Wall.
Yeah, not only is it a great weapon, but the utility behind it, which we'll see a lot of through the rest of the run, is very useful.
Yeah, it hits like a truck. You can stand on it. You can have it push you down through quicksand. And maybe we'll even do some extra fun stuff later on. The stage itself for Cold Man isn't that bad. It's pretty well suited to be able to get through the Buster. Get some rough jumps in a couple of spots though, so I'm about to get quiet and hope I do it.
I don't know why, but this stage just cramps my hands so bad.
Oh, I did that. I almost screamed, and then I remembered I'm in like a charity marathon stream. So just pretend I like shouted like crazy, because my thumbs were like dancing all over the controller there. I don't know how I made that jump. You have to get pushed by the ice block to make it.
Oh, yeah, I played that super safe.
So this is Cold Man. He stands around and pushes ice walls. I got the pattern where he hopped forward once, which makes me happy.
Yes.
Do that one extra point of damage there. Shouts to Mega Man 6 jumping against the right wall. Does absolutely nothing in this game as far as I know.
You have to watch out for those little clouds that he spawns, because if they grab you, you can't shoot or really jump, and you have to like shake the controller to get them off.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't get caught by the clouds. That's why I damage boosted through Cold Man at the end of that fight.
Yeah.
Just to not have to go up again. The 1 point of damage where I hit him with a lemon is good, because, you know, Robot Masters have 28 hit points, Buster Shots do 3. If you can do math, there's a remainder of 1 somewhere in there, so I don't lose a cycle of iframes by hitting him with a lemon. Burner Man, who was one of the 2 Robot Masters we gained access to here, probably the hardest stage in this game.
I would say, yeah, it's front to back, including the fight, is probably the hardest stage.
Like,
also, not counting the last stage, because the last stage is really like 3 stages in one.
Oh, yeah, King Stage 2 is its own beast. But even there, like, you have tricks that will lose more time there, but like as far as just being able to execute for a whole stage and not die, this is the stage. Hang on.
Yeah, I feel like everything in this stage is just so hard. But here's where we'll really see what the ice wall can do as well.
But up. See, if I say that most of the time, I can make it, but not today, apparently. The second jump hates me, so I'm just going to go and not use all my weapon energy.
Yeah, this is a really good-looking Super Nintendo game.
Yeah, pretty sure you're not really intended to do these jumps off the ice wall everywhere like that. That's why you hear me saying "badat" sometimes, because that's my own little mental tick to be able to just do it as a timing mechanism. Oh, I'm not even doing this room right. This is bad. So I'm hoping for a health drop somewhere on the screen, honestly.
Uh-oh.
So this is gonna be a little interesting.
Messed up the arrow room. That's bad. That's bad time.
I screwed up this room anyway now.
I'm help myself.
So that fire that you just saw will kill Mega Man in one shot, so don't ever get touched by it. Okay, good. We survived.
That's good. I don't know if I'm going to.
Well, let KLM have a shot at that screen.
Yeah, I died. Took too much damage. I messed up the arrow room too, which caused me to take a few extra hits there. But...
So Burner Man is this devastatingly hard Robot Master. Oof. That he has like the Wave Burner from Flame Mammoth and Mega Man X, and it blocks your Buster Shots, and then he tries to throw you onto spikes, and then he like just slowly approaches you, and there's nothing you can do except quick kill him with the ice wall. The ice wall will shove him over like that. You have to actually see the spikes for the spikes to do extra damage to him. But what happens to a lot of people when they play this game is the ice wall will only push Burner Man if he's standing on the ground. So if you catch him while he's in the middle of a hop or something like that, he'll just jump right through it. He'll take damage, but he'll jump through it. And then you're just kind of like, here. Now what? Yeah, the last screen of Burner Man stage is actually terrible.
It is. It's awful. Alright, I think we should be good now. Yeah, see, if you mess one thing up on this screen, it's a disaster.
I haven't practiced the Zip and Pirate Man stage, so I feel bad not going for it now. You can lose a lot of health.
Yeah, I'll go for it. So I'll hopefully. Yeah. I gotta pay attention here. Oh no.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh no.
You got this.
That's not good. No, I don't. I gotta do that stage over again.
Yeah, there you get to see Burner Man in his full glory.
Yeah, if you mess up the timing and you, like even on the fight, yeah, it's just such a bad time.
And Burner Man is the hardest boss in this game, and you will hate him the most until you get to Dynamo Man, until you learn how to fight Dynamo Man, and then you'll go back to hating Burner Man.
It's funny too, because like when I do like practice for this game, like even earlier today, like this is the stage that I start with.
Yep.
And if I'm gonna practice anything, it's this stage. Oh my god, what am I doing?
So I'm gonna use the Joka tried and true method for fighting Pirate Man, known as stand here and take every one of his hits. Which is actually in his tutorial video. If you want to get started in this game, Joka, who holds the record, does have a series of tutorial videos out there on YouTube. They're kind of like beginner speedrun strats, but yeah, they're still like very good for getting into the game. Highly recommend checking that out.
I mean, I think even still at this point, I still do a lot of those strats that he went over in that.
And Ahmad's actually right. The RNG in the late game is gonna drag me back down to KLM.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity there at the end there, so it's not over yet, guys.
Besides, I have to get
digging myself a pretty big hole here.
Every practice run, I had no problems with tutorial room. Every marathon run, I miss a mine. Everybody enjoying the run so far?
No.
No?
I'm having an awful time. No, I'm just kidding. That's to be expected in this game.
It really is. So, I just got 300 bolts, and I'm about to go shopping and demonstrate some menuing, so this is a great time to say words if we have any words to say.
I mean, I'm always good to say words. I don't know if they're really going to mean much.
That's
no,
fair.
I just want to remind everybody that, you know, the reason we're raising money is, you know, for the Canadian Cancer Society. Yes. We definitely want to make sure that, you know, we can help that research so we can say game over cancer. Also, I want to remind everybody that we do have some bid wars going on. Ooh. We have the Super Metroid. Are we going to save the animals or kill them? What do you guys think?
Save them.
You have to save them.
Gotta save the animals.
Okay.
It's the canonical
you're so
ending.
Nicer than me.
It would go against my line of work if I didn't said anything but save you.
We also have, for the new Ghostbusters 2, the pick a character. So far, we only have one picked. Come on, guys. Let's, who's going to be our second one?
Can I play as Slimer?
Unfortunately, that is not one of the choices, but I'm sure somebody can figure out how to do that.
All right, we'll figure it out later. I have a horrible admission as I'm taking damage here. I should actually talk about why I'm taking damage here. Seems like a good idea.
I'm gonna try this zip that we were talking about earlier too.
All right, you do that. That zip's cool.
No.
So I'm taking damage actually. When we went shopping a minute ago, I got this item called the Counterattacker. What does that mean? It means that when Mega Man has 7 hit points or less and is in critical health, you can tell that because he's kind of grabbing his shoulder. Every shot I fire is going to do 2 extra points of damage. Why am I going that way? I don't want to go that way. Well, I'm busy making mistakes to give you a chance here. So like that's because the whole like problem here is because now I have to be in critical health for a lot of this game. Yeah, like stray shots will just end this run.
Yeah, pretty much right after that first shopping after Pirate Man stage, you play the rest of the game in critical health, yeah. So it's very terrifying. So a lot of the run throughout and the routing through the stages is based around like where and how much damage you're going to take to make sure that you're at the critical health when you get to the boss. Yeah,
you pretty much learn very fast how much damage everything does. Like getting touched by Ground Man does 6 points of damage, and I have 5.
Yeah, that's
so
a bad
let's not
time.
do that. Of course, usually if he jumps in the ground, that was a very high placement. Got him anyway. Good. I'm playing this extra safe right now, which maybe I shouldn't, because I want Ground Man to not go in the ground. If he goes in the ground, he can pop out on the sides and fire this big spread drill, which is the weapon we're about to get from him. And if I get hit by the big drill, it does 6 points of damage. If I get hit by the small drill, it does 4 points of damage.
And I believe it's random where and how he shoots those drills too. So there are some patterns where it are just unavoidable, I believe.
Yeah, you can take out the big drill with a mine, but you have to hit the big drill with it. And you have to kind of get a little lucky with, you know, actually hitting him with it. It's a scary thing when you have no health. So the end of everything I was saying earlier about Dynamo Man and Burner Man being the bosses you hate, when you learn to speedrun this game, I feel like Ground Man is the robot master you hate the most.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause he's the primary source of RNG and run ending. Everybody else you kind of have on lockdown. Welcome to Auto Scrollers. So I don't have a donation for the World 4 airship prepared, but this is where you should give it. This is also one of those auto scrollers where you want to kind of be near the edge of the screen, just for this little section here. Otherwise, just enjoy the music. Another like thing about this game, and it's a shame that nobody knows about it, is actually the music. It's beautiful.
The music is fantastic, yeah. You have to be careful on those balloons too, because they will pop if you stand on them too long. Well, the orange ones anyways. The green ones will not pop.
Yeah, the green ones are good. Demonstrating how amazingly good Ice Wall is some more here.
It is. It's just the best weapon.
It's so good. You saw me ride that Ice Wall on the last screen of Ground Man stage too. And that's one too where if you don't have critical health, those moles that were hopping out of the ground they take more than one shot to take out. So they're pretty bad. That's why you want the counterattacker active. Here's a cloud that's catching me, so you get to see me kind of hop like crazy. So yeah, I had full health most of the stage specifically so I could just crash through all those cannons a couple of screens ago. And then just bump into the Joe. 3 hit points. And now I'm in critical health for Tengu Man. Of course, being in critical health for Tengu Man only actually saves 1 cycle in this fight of stun locking iframes, so it's not that bad. Just wasn't comfortable. You can kill him in 1 swoop even on the last shot. I just wasn't feeling it, and it's not that huge a time loss to let him just take the 2 swoops. 2 swoops is a very kind of safe, consistent pattern when you're first kind of learning the game too and just want to beat the video game.
Yeah, because that fight, that's one of those fights where if you get off script, it can be a disaster. It's arguably the easiest fight in the game, but also if you get off script, yeah, it can cause you some trouble.
Yeah, Tengu Man can cause trouble if he actually gets loose from the drills, which isn't that hard, actually. It's very easy to hit him while he's still in iframes. It's easy for the big old drill to miss him. There's a few ways he can get loose, and then you're just kind of, what is going on? Of course, I believe Papatdot has said that the Magic Man Buster fight is the most impossible fight in this game.
I can see that, yeah. So Magic Man's another one of those fights where it's very easy once you know like what to do, but if you get off script, he can do a lot of stuff. Well, because he's very fast, and I believe he can even like regenerate some of his health too, right?
If you get hit by the magic card, shoutouts to Watsy, he actually boomerangs your health back to him. So, yeah, he can hit you for health.
I had a scary ground man fight there.
This is Sissy Roll. He bounces around a lot and possibly opens the door to the next room. Or he just jumps around like an idiot and doesn't let me progress. Does mean we get to listen to this awesome carnival music some more, though.
Can I cut in real quick?
Of course.
All right. I want to give thanks to Will WC for that $25 donation saying, auto-scroller donation time.
Thanks, Will.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much for that donation. Keep it coming, guys. You know, we're creeping ever closer to that $3,000 goal.
That is awesome.
We got this.
Thank you, Will. And everybody else who's donated so far. You guys are awesome.
All right, we're going to do the climb here. So, we're still good. We're good. Those spikes do just all the damage. Don't mind them. Got up here fast enough. The top enemy on the screen didn't spawn, which is good. So now I have 3 hit points. I saved like half a minute by not going through that room the intended way with those guys in the background smacking their bells, and then those blocks with the spikes on them rotating so that maybe I could kind of jump on them. And here's Tengu Man. I'm just going to hit him with this giant claw weapon. You saw like the spinny wind blade thing that came out. But really, there's that giant slash when you use the Tengu blade. It's kind of a charge kick-like effect if you're a fan of Mega Man 5 on the NES. And it just stun locks him. There's a lot of Robot Masters in this game that are, whether it's fortunate or unfortunate, just get stun locked into oblivion.
Yeah. We'll see that a lot. And we'll also see that again later, too.
It's true.
This game also doesn't have, like, the standard, like, Mega Man refights where you have to go through all the capsules. It's more, they're more built into a stage, which I think it's better.
It's very much like Mega Man X1 Sigma 3, if you're familiar with that stage. Where it's like little segments of, hey, remember this from that stage?
Yeah.
There is also another route for this game that does Astro Man 4th, so that you can get to Dynamo 5th. Why am I not using the charge kick right now? And that gives you access to some tech early.
Yes, because not only is the ice wall.
You know, I saw that bird and I knew I should have just stopped.
The weapon you get from Dynamo Man, the lightning weapon, does help you initiate a lot of the other stuff too. It works in conjunction with the ice wall to break the game, basically, which we'll see later, hopefully.
Hopefully. Hopefully. You're right. I've had like lots of runs where you get there and it's like last chance ice wall.
Yeah. I'm just gonna wait for the train, I suppose, since I'm already so far behind. You can do a trick with the ice wall here to skip waiting for this train. It's some very tough jumps though. Which normally I would go for, but died anyways.
I got the 3 on the right side pattern. There is a zip there, nice. But that one of the 2 rooms you can do that in, it's actually kind of annoying because you have to slide off that raised floor and it just messes with anything you actually want to try and do. Oh no, we lost more health. The stage gets a little dicey with health. I think I have 6 hit points now, which means if I get actually bodied by Astro Man, he'll kill me. If I get hit by one of his,
what am I doing?
If I get hit by one of his orbs, I'm fine. Yes, that was an excuse to say orb.
Orb. I'm having a rough time today.
Everybody I used to play Super Mario World with right now hates me, by the way. Just for saying orb. Astro Man kind of gets stun lock, but it doesn't really interrupt his pattern. Like, it freezes him, but then he goes about the rest of his pattern he was in the middle of executing with iframes. I believe it's actually technically faster to fight him with the Buster.
Yes.
But of course, without stunning him, it's just a little harder.
Yeah. What the hell? That was weird. Just like froze.
Well,
I thought I like broke the game for a second.
Alright. By leaving that one enemy on the screen, I got Astro Man caught in this I'm just going to teleport around and swoop down once pattern. It's super slow to see that pattern at all from like start to finish. But it's super easy to deal with it. Some, you know, for a marathon run, I guess it's like, hey, and that's the slow pattern. Let's show it off. And as I'm looking at my time, because I already took a death in that stage anyway, I'm crying on the inside.
That's okay. I'm crying on the inside and the outside right now.
You're in that vertical room where you get to use some ice walls. I did it in there too, and it's like, just ice wall. Ice wall, ice wall, ice wall. Anytime there's another jump, ice wall. See these explosive blocks at the beginning of this stage? Ice wall. You can even see like Mega Man just kind of jerk ahead with his animation there. Like, because the ice wall will just push him ahead just a little bit. And that's another like thing that happens a few times in the run. One of those little actual frame saving tricks that doesn't really like make or break a run at all most of the time. I think there is one jump in Pirate Man stage where it is the difference between making the jump and not making the jump. Just get pushed by this ice wall.
Dynamo Man stage is cool because you really see how useful the ice wall is here too.
So the last zip was look to the third line in the room from the wall. You see that like glowing patch of lines and that gray panel on the right side? I'm gonna put Mega Man's hand right in there. Just slide, shoot, and immediately slide. Ice wall is like, Mega Man should go a little further to the left. Oh, no, wait, that's the screen edge. That's basically how the game's logic goes.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a ton of health. Which, again, I have even more health now. You don't necessarily want a ton of health in this game, so I'm going to start taking a lot of hits. These little electric guys do 4 points of damage. Whoa. Now I only have 4 hit points left. Because it had to get below 8. And it's naturally in sets of 4.
At the end of that stage, to if you're there is a lot of things you can take damage on, but it gets kind of awkward, especially when you're on this conveyor belt.
So this is the copy vision, which doesn't look like it's too amazing, but you saw that all the shots from the boss here just sort of went after the decoy instead of after me, which is very neat. There's a couple of enemies in the game where they will attack the Mega Man hologram and not Mega Man, which is the weapon's true strength.
Ooh.
Using big words there, Cab. Watch out. We do have an item as KLM's kind of just finished that Astro Man room. The spike guard. It's only 10 bolts at the shop. You can buy it more than once, which is good. And it basically lets you hit spikes once and not explode.
Yeah.
It's definitely like one of those free, like easy things to get. It's not free, it's 10 bolts. But it's also useful. There's a couple of spots in the last few stages where it's good to have just to save some time and maybe get a zip.
There's certain strats you can do too to utilize it to make some rooms faster as well. Yeah.
So it's a great safety early on, and later on, well, we'll see.
They don't stack though. That's the important. So if you lose it, or if you use it once, you have to go back to the store and buy another one.
Yeah. So I'm going to be going to the store in just a second, and I have to buy. Well, I don't have to. I'm going to buy 2 more items. One is the hypercharger. Gives me, the quick Mega Buster full charge. Not even really required. It's just nice to have. It's just quality of life. Same as the energy balancer I bought a while ago. The other thing we're getting here is this little, like, curly bracket small weapon drop. I can't talk and menu at the same time. It's weird. That is a little item that when I equip it, if I take damage, I get 2 points of weapon energy for, you know, a weapon. I don't know why anybody would ever want that weapon, but maybe we'll find a use for it before this run is over.
Maybe. Guys, remember that. It may come up later.
One more for the show. Yeah. I'm bad at zips, and this game has impossible zips. So we'll see if KLM can get into that wall. You roughly want to do what I was doing there, though. There's like a billion tutorial videos on it. Everybody has their own method of doing it because there really are, like...
I feel like there's several different ways to do it, yeah.
There's a lot of different sets of how high do you jump and when do you fire the ice wall and when do you start pushing into the ice wall and when can it pop you back into the wall. And none of them are close to each other. They're like pockets of it. But up? Okay, good. I made the jump. But so once you find one, you kind of like stick to it, and then that's your strat for the rest of your life.
Yeah, but, that's also why there's there's I think at least 4 tutorial videos about how to zip in this game.
Yeah, you and I made one. Joka and Clear Tonic have one. Everybody who's out there learning this game, I'm looking at you, Ahmad, should make one. That way we just have like all these resources, so when somebody says I can't do it, how do I do these jumps at all? Then we can have another video to show everybody and say, see, we were all able to figure this out through time and effort. And let's be honest, I pointed a controller at my hands until I figured it out.
Yeah.
This room with the green slime waterfalls is really annoying. Don't slide here. You'll be too low to hit the frogs. You'll get bonked. This rhino does more damage by getting bodied by it than a full health drop. A big health drop will give you health. So it's...
Yeah, I think it does 8 points of damage or something like that.
Oh, I think it's 10.
Yeah, those conveyor belts can catch you up if you take damage at the wrong time. What I've just seen there. Is it 10 points of damage? Yeah, it might be. It's a lot. I think there's only one time where you actually want to slide into them.
Yeah, I think it was just right here. Although there's another one in King 2. Which we're about to go to. I love that gotcha on this boss, which is just terrible, where it tries to dunk you at the end. There's a lot of times where, like, it shoots those missiles at you, you have low health. Oh no, what do you do? That's actually enough to kill you now. Things jump out of the lava, they'll kill you now. This stage has a crazy long load for some reason. It's still going. I always get scared that my console is, like, frozen on me or something.
So I had to take a bunch of damage there because I collected a big health drop along the way. You don't want to be in critical health here, but now I'm at like a lower health than you want to be in this fight. But...
So yeah, Dynamo Man, we didn't talk about this earlier because I kind of killed him fast. But he goes up to the top of the screen and will actually heal himself.
Yeah. And
that was that jump up and use copy vision along the top of the room maneuver I did.
Yeah, because you have to shoot both sides of where he's like healing himself, but if you shoot at the top of the screen, you can actually hit both of them in one line there, which you saw there.
Which is very useful. So here's King Tank 1. He has 3 weak points. We have to destroy them all. That's good. We see the cannon first. That means I can do this. Get out of there. The tank itself only does like 2 points of damage, which is insane.
Yeah, you would think running into the tank would do the most damage, but the fact, it only does 2. So if you're going to take damage from anything, you want to slide into the tank there. I think I forgot.
Let's see if I can actually do this. No. Probably should have used lightning, but oh well. I didn't. Tank. Tank. Cabby needs to advance to the next stage. Come on. So, yeah, there are 3 sections to this stage. That was part 1. And none of them have checkpoint. Well, no, there's another checkpoint, actually. I'm going to grab this one up. How many do I have? Okay, good. That's good. That's good. That's right. I have the... Oh, I just found, like, literally all the health drops. How nice in a game where I want to have low health.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I forget to buy the
Oh my
balance.
God. Of course, then, as in the process of losing health, I lost more health than I wanted to. This is the King Flying Tank. So, there are two characters at the beginning of this game. Base has a double jump, which is very nice for this, although Base then only gets half as many platforms. We're over an abyss. We can't fall in the pit. There's lag. Things will lag and eat your jump inputs, and then you fall in the pits, and then Papat says, I don't know why Cab just died in the middle of the relay race, and you wonder why you just lost your team a minute, and I'm not mad.
I think it's worth mentioning, too, that I believe this game was designed around Base.
It feels like it.
I can't get in the wall either. So a lot of the jumps as Mega seem like they're just totally unfair. It's probably because they are.
They're really unfair. Once you see the tank start to die, though, the checkpoint is set to the next section, so you can just fall in the pit. It's like probably 15 or 20 seconds faster than riding out the platforms to the end of the section. So yeah, I'm gonna just keep Ice Wall full here as much as I can. Whatever. Whatever. Again with this. We just walk off of it the last time. Whatever. That is the required ice wall jump in this game, proving that, yes, that is an intended strat to at least be able to do that much. This is the king fight, and let's hope we don't see it. This part is actually scripted. So I'm actually going to put on the damage transfer here to get some more ice, just to make sure I have more chances of doing this. So, if I use lightning, I go up. If I jump and use lightning, I go down. If I go down more than 3 tiles, I fall off the bottom of the screen. Let's see what happens. I went up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I went up again.
Uh-oh.
Also, if you get hit, you get popped out of the wall. Oh. I'm pretty sure I soft lock now anyway.
Oh no, did you go too far up?
Yeah, apparently you can jump off the top of the screen. There's a point where you just can't do it anymore.
Oh no.
So let's see what happens. We're going to see the Proto Man cutscene. This is an amazing run. This is also why this run is actually quite risky, and if... Honestly, I didn't want to give KLM time to catch up, I would have just walked out of the wall. That would have been the real thing to do. So, here's this cutscene. I'm pretty sure there's nothing I can actually do from here.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so you can kind of see I'm above the ceiling. I can hit him with lightning so you can see this little attack where he will charge across the screen. Shouts to Nadua Lasers. Yeah, he thinks I'm there. That's why he's slashing. Even if I killed him, right, it's not going to matter. Because I can actually still go... I think I can transition to the right. And we're just trapped up here right now. So that was Rockman and Forte. Bad ending. I hope everybody enjoyed the run.
Oh no. Do you have a save at King 1?
Can you get rush refills off screen? There's no rush. Well, I guess I could have gotten rush search at some point. So I'm just gonna see if I can get the zip here with my my file that actually has access to the King stages still. Like every other Mega Man game, right? You can save, but then you're kind of stuck at the beginning of the final stages.
Yeah. It's just what makes this run really terrifying.
So we're in the wall here.
Yeah, just a soft lock there, but then you can also die if you go too far down, like you said.
Mind if I cut in real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right, thank you so much to Slaybot66 for that $10 donation saying, save the animals. Thank you so much for that donation.
Save all the animals.
Save the animals. Put up. I also just lost my spike guard in this one, so yay! Good luck on tank 2.
Take it. Oh, gave me a big health refill. Oh, I missed him there. Yeah,
that's the best thing about that fight.
Is very tough. I think the hitbox is more in the back of the drill than the front.
The drill's hitbox allegedly exists.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, yeah. It supposedly is there. I don't believe it. So the problem with the saves in this game, too, is that it doesn't save your king stage progress. So, like, if you made a save after King 1 and you loaded that save back up, it would only be at the start of King 1 again, yeah. We're gonna see what we can do here. Okay. Alright, you did it. That's the king zip.
Yep, there you go.
That's about as best as you can do.
Your jump button worked for you.
Yeah.
That's really all there is to it. Does your jump button work? I'd like to say shoutouts to a mod who said the king stages would put KLM back in the lead way back when.
It's just this game. Yeah, this game is just like... it's so hard. It is hard. It is a super satisfying speedrun, though. I think it is. I think it is very intimidating for people to pick up, especially when you start learning it. You're like, oh my god, what did I get myself into? But I think anybody who's run the game can attest that. Like, it is very satisfying, and it is very fun as well once you start getting it down. Alright, so we're coming into the last king stage, or the Wily stage, so yeah, this is what we were talking about earlier, so we will have,
Wait, Dr. Wily's in this game?
Oh my god, I mean, what? I don't think so.
The bad opening move on the tank this time?
So we'll have our so-called refights here. I'm taking damage here to get into critical health. I'm taking damage very specifically as well, because I want an exact amount of health when I get to the next screen. Or I guess the screen after this. The screen after this one. The next screen. This screen. Because I'll take damage from this, leaves me with 1 HP. Now, I'm not in critical health on this fight, so I'm going to take damage from one of Astro Man's floating spherical...
Orbs?
Orbs, yeah, thank you. And that puts me in critical health. Now here's where I use the spike card, so I'll just shoot this guy.
I have to remember I lost mine.
Except I took damage from that bullet, so I didn't actually have to use the spike card. And I got that big health drop before this fight, so I'm not in critical health again. I don't know how much damage Dynamo Man does on contact. I guess we'll find out. Oh, not that much.
The bullets in that in-between room do 3 hit points. Dynamo Man on contact, I wouldn't get contacted by him.
He actually doesn't do that much. I think it was only like 3 or 4 or something.
I'd hang up the phone. Contact blocked.
Alright.
So yeah, now we get to see this amazing drill again.
You can see like, the middle section is like kind of like leading up to the boss. So this is Pirate Man's little section here.
It is worth noting the other reason we kind of used lightning in this flying tank fight was when Mega Man uses it, he hovers in the air. So if you need to float in the air over platforms that got destroyed, it's a great option. Pirate Man refight is actually just a pain because you don't have any hit points left. And the first time, like, your strategy is, I don't care, I have like full health, you're gonna die, Pirate Man. Oh.
Right.
This time you have to actually kind of pay attention, do a little bit of dodging, but you also have the counterattacker to help for the end game.
Because we have the counterattacker, it only takes 2 for burner rain instead of 3, yeah. I'm gonna try to do another zip here. Just go
Over the sissy roll.
Skip. Zip.
Alright, let's do it again.
Okay. Oh, I went the wrong way. Okay, that's not good. I don't want to be way up here. Let's try that again.
There we go. Third try.
Oh. Doing a lot of damage to me, though. And at this point, it's probably not even worth it to get the zip.
And yeah, because I see it out there in chat, this is the Super Famicom version. There is a Game Boy Advance release, which is the only US release, although I think Capcom just put out one of those like arcade hook up to your HDMI TV things that does have it on it. We're playing the SNES version.
So we got like a super mini zip there. But the idea is to zip down that whole wall, so you can just skip that whole part. Pretty low health here. I'm probably gonna grab this health refill. I'll have to take damage as well. Okay.
So I officially lost about 9.5 minutes to Soft Lock. Granted, I also like messed around for a minute or two.
Alright. Yeah, that can happen in this game.
It can.
Ground man refight. This is like the ideal pattern here. Oh, except I missed that part. That's okay. We're gonna use the spread drill to kind of clear out this room as I slide through it. Not only is the fastest way to do that room, but it also eliminates a lot of the lag that happens in that room as well. And I think I took damage through that gate wrong. Yep.
I always try to spread that room, and then I just create enough lag that I lose my jumps. Then I feel bad.
So what happened there is if you take damage going through that gate, it starts you off farther to the right, which will ultimately push you right on top of Tangy Man there. And because I didn't have enough health, and when he landed, he killed me. So, as I'm just going to take damage again just to get to critical health here. Should be good. This time I'm just going to walk through. There we go. And Tangy Man is the last of the refights, so after this we will we'll see what's waiting for us.
I got lag ice walls kind of spiked right after Gold Man. When the music resets itself or reestablishes itself, there is a brief just delay in the game.
Oh my god, it's Wily again.
It's Wily!
Oh my god, I can't believe it. I shot a few mines there because I had too many. I didn't want to have that many mines. Because, remember that item that MrCab was talking about earlier? The one where you take damage and it refills some of your ammo? We're actually going to equip that now. And the idea is to take damage. I'm going to shoot a buster shot because I have no ammo left. I'm going to take damage and shoot a mine after I take damage to hopefully execute this quick kill here. There we go.
Got him.
So time will be as soon as the Wily explodes here, and then it's time.
Very nice.
We did it. We beat the game.
Good job.
Thank you. Yeah, it's unfortunate for the soft lock there because I feel like you would have had that one.
Oh, it's all right. That's this game, though, right?
It is this game for sure. Yeah.
You have to go for it for the fans.
You have to go for yeah.
Did we hear Pirate Man's sound effect yet?
No, we have not.
All right. Because I don't want to hold us up any longer from good Mega Man play. Not like me. But whenever we're ready, just let me know, and we'll see if we can get Pirate Man to make his funny sound effect, and then we'll call it a run. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. I've never seen this.
What if,
oh, my goodness. I think we soft locked again.
Wait, what happened?
I got Pirate Man off the screen. This has never happened before.
That is what.
Oh, wow.
This is amazing.
Oh my god.
Can I hit him? Doesn't hit him. Wow. All right, now we just learned something today. So there's your marathon highlight. I'm out. I'm done.
That's amazing. I
guess it's not a soft lock because I can take a death. But
right. But he's still shooting at you. That's
yeah, I know. That's the only reason I can take a death. Like, I guess I could. Yes.
I'm gonna clip this and post that over in the.
How does the
Yeah, finally, yeah, a new way to lose this run. Yeah, as if this game needed any more ways to lose runs. This is a new one.
That's insane.
Well, it won't let me through. It won't let me through the wall. I don't know how right wall zips actually work, so we'll just wait for that to happen. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, thank you again for having us. Thank you, everybody. You guys are awesome. Don't go anywhere. There's awesome Mega Man runs coming for the rest of the night, or at least for the next couple of hours, anyways. Don't go anywhere. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys so much for that. Awesome race. It was a ton of fun to watch. But yeah, so like they said, don't go anywhere. We have some really cool Mega Man runs coming up. So definitely stick around and we'll be right back.